So this is kind of a cool week. Two of the first bills on climate that I brought forward are going to come out of committee this week and then move onto the floor. The first is the Clean Industrial Technology Act. There is absolutely no way that we can get to zero CO2 emissions, which we have to get to, unless we can figure out how to decarbonize industries like fertilizer, like cement, like steel. We don't really know how to do this yet. And so this would stand up an agency within the Department of Energy specifically to be the clearinghouse for that research and bring these technologies forward so that we can get to where we have to be as a species. We're going to mark up that one in Science Committee this week and send it onto the floor. We've already marked it up in Subcommittee and really look forward to bringing that one forward. The second is the Promoting Grid Storage Act. And this one deals with something that maybe only energy nerds like me really follow, but it's hugely important. We've had so much success deploying renewable energy. And I would add, deploying renewable energy because it's cheap. Like, it's clean too, but it's actually cheap when you don't have to pay for fuel. But so markets have been hugely successful in bringing this renewable energy forward. But as they've done it, we've gotten this disconnect on the grid. The wind and solar bounce up and down. Grid managers need to do something to level load. And increasingly, they're putting in really inefficient gas generators because we don't have the transmission to get it to where it needs to be. And so as a result, we're actually seeing an increase in CO2 emissions to level out that load. What the Promoting Grid Storage Act would do is make sure that, since it's still really hard to build transmission, we'll build targeted grid energy storage, in other words, big batteries, that can help absorb that excess when we have it, draw it down when we've got a shortfall, and help ensure that we can get to a zero carbon grid, that we can keep deploying cheap energy, which also happens to be clean energy, and do it in a way that makes sure that the CO2 keeps going down. Both really important bills, really excited to have taken them from inception and onto the floor, and look forward to seeing them pass the House shortly.